one more time to roll in here. Welcome everybody to Get the Tables podcast. We are live. I'm your host, as always, Tony, with my co-host tonight. Not the bizarre one, Dave. I believe he'll probably most likely be back next week. But we got Alex in the house. How you doing tonight, my friend?
Doing good, man. It's almost over.
Yes, the week has came and gone really quick. So if you guys don't mind, if you guys share and retweet this on Twitter, I'd highly appreciate this. For some reason, people are still not getting the notifications every now and then, but Periscope is being kind to me because I can see who is joining the Periscope tonight. So thank you, Periscope, for cooperating for that. Jenny from Finance, RJ, thank you for sharing. Bob Ruski, Red Sox fan, the usuals are in here. So let's jump right into tonight's show. Thank you for guys joining us on a kind of late Thursday evening. I know a lot of stuff's going on right now on television, in specific the Western Conference Finals. So thank you guys for joining us and popping on for a quick Impact and WWE NXT post show. So let's go right into NXT, where we had three matches. The main event of NXT last night was Lars Sullivan in a handicap match taking on Ricochet and Velveteen Dream. We also had Kairi Sane taking on Lacey Evans and Heavy Machinery taking on Team 6-1. So we'll go with the opening match of NXT, which was Heavy Machinery taking on Team 6-1. Looks like Team 6-1 is going a little bit on a heel turn, which I think kind of fits them a little bit better. But what are your thoughts on Team 6-1 and your thoughts on the opening match of NXT? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight?
Well, you know my thoughts. When in doubt, turn everyone heel. And, it's something new for Team 6-1. I'm happy to see that there's a change in direction. Hopefully means bigger things for them. They are still, I feel, lacking just something in the personality aspect, something I feel like that could be satisfied by a manager, but it's too early to see. As for the match itself, nothing really to talk about except that Otis Dozovic is probably one of the most entertaining aspects of NXT. He has a lot of comedy, a lot of energy to his the way he conducts himself. But yeah, definitely excited to see what Team 6-1 has in the future.
Are you a Heavy Machinery guy?
Not really. I like Otis just because, like I said, he entertains me when he's on TV, but I don't really care for them, to tell you the truth. I think they definitely need a good amount of time on NXT before we start thinking of any big term plans for them.
RJ in the chat says Team 6-1 underrated talent.
The Mighty are very, very talented. So I'm hoping as they get more serious in the tag division, they get to show what a lot of us know about them. Well, the ones that do know.
Yeah.
But I do think they're lacking in the personality department right now.
Right. Unfortunate, they were on a little bit of a push, if you want to say. What was it, a couple of years ago, and then one of them got hurt and was out pretty much the whole year, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah,
it's hopefully they don't get the injury bug again, because it seems like they're on the rise again slowly. But it seems like they have something in mind for Team 6-1. I did enjoy the opening match, and I'm not a big Heavy Machinery guy either. Like you said, I do enjoy Otis. He does kind of make me chuckle a little bit. But other than that, I mean, thank you, Budweiser. Other than that, I'm not really a big guy on Heavy Machinery. If you were to predict, this tag team reeks with WWE main roster to me. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they are big guys, especially not Otis is big, but Brown, but Tucker is a bigger guy, so I'm sure they'll love to see him on the main roster. I don't think they're at the rate they're going. I don't think they're gonna do anything big. But like someone said in the chat earlier, they're very green, so they have a while to go. But I do think that when you have a team like War Raiders already there, I just don't see Heavy Machinery kind of getting lost for a bit this year.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you. Heavy Machinery needs to be hit with a wrecking ball, and that ball is Lars Sullivan. That was late 2016 when they got the initial push. Shane Thorne, I believe, suffered a bad injury. Yeah, I think it was the leg injury that cost him
the knee.
some time. And I believe they were on the rise. I think they were going to get a tag title shot, and then the unfortunate incident happened. So.
Yeah, they were really over the first Dusty, not this Dusty that they lost in the first round.
Right. Yes, exactly. Lost in the first round to AOP. So let's move on to excuse me, to the next match, which was Kairi Sane taking on Lacey Evans. And I thought this match was pretty good. The ending of the match was nice, where Sane dives off the top rope, but Evans lands her women's rights elbow on right directly to the face and knocks out Kairi Sane. She gets the win. Currently, Evans and Sane are 1-1. I'm sure they'll have a rubber match, unless if not before NXT Takeover, at NXT Takeover. Your thoughts of Sane and Evans? And we also, before we get on that match, they showed a little bit of a vignette of Bianca Belair.
Yep.
And next week, we're going to get, hopefully, hey, what's up, Bizarre One? That's up, Red Sox fan. Hopefully, it's not the same shit we got with Bayley, but it's kind of like a this is her life kind of thing, where they're going to try to kind of introduce you to Bianca Belair and get you more familiar with her, because a lot of people don't know really much about her other than that she swings a ponytail and, is pretty good in the ring. But you, for instance, are really high on Bianca Belair. Your thoughts on how they're pushing her and the match between Evans and Sane?
Yeah, like I said, I'm very high on all three of these women we're about to talk about. I actually think Bianca Belair is the segment I don't even want to associate This Is Your Life, but I think it's more like Roderick Strong's background thing they were doing for him, like last time, to try and get him more exposed. But yeah, no, I think Bianca Belair, she's still like in ring wise has a while to go, but she's already got the look down. She's freakishly strong. Like, she's an athletic freak. She has I'm sure they're going to play on her track star and gymnast background. And yeah, I think she's going to be a big star. Forget NXT. I think she's just going to be a big star in the WWE. I definitely could see her being a top heel in NXT and definitely killing it when she goes to the main roster. So I'm excited to see what she does. I don't like her finisher though. The reverse powerbomb fall thing.
Right.
Just, when you have someone as physically imposing as Belair, I just feel like you could do something better. Like, I saw, like, in our live show, she does like a pop-up spine buster. I would love that instead. But yeah, in terms of the Kairi Sane Lacey Evans match, I liked it a lot. I mean, as you guys know, I'm very big on Kairi Sane. I think she's an amazing baby face. She has just this natural connection with the crowd. And you can see, and her offense is just so damn good. Like, she gets the crowd really behind her whenever she works. So I really hope they don't drop the ball on her. And Lacey Evans, I mean, she's been killing it. I think she's definitely earned her spot as a future top heel in that division. Her poise, her look, her gimmick, and I mean, she has legitimate badassery to her background. I mean, she wasn't just a Marine; she was part of like a special team that like deals with terrorist attacks, hostage situations, barricades. So there's a lot to it, and the match was good. I definitely want to see more from these two, and yeah, definitely a very enjoyable match.
Budweiser in the chat says, "What happened to Sane? She won the Mae Young Classic, and now she can't win."
Yeah, that's why I'm hoping. I like I said, I'm hoping it's Kairi that eventually defeats Shayna Baszler. I think she's in terms of, and maybe you could throw in Candice LeRae, but out in the whole division, she's probably one of the best baby faces.
Thank you, Justin.
She plays that underdog role so good.
Another host in the chat room has joined us. Justin's in the chat as well. Blazer lost and got the bigger push. Yeah, that's very true. Someone put in the chat, I believe it was Adam Bomb, said that Toni Storm signed for the UK tournament for the women's. But he said he doesn't know if she'll be doing anything for NXT.
Yeah, I read that to earlier today. Right now. It is just strictly for the UK. No word on the NXT. I mean, I think Toni Storm is probably one of the best women workers in the world right now. She's so damn young. She's like 20, 21, I think, and I think she could do great. But at the same time, I'm kind of turned off by new signups to the WWE. But
right. I feel you. I don't blame you. Thank you, Steven Cena, for inviting your followers. If you don't mind, if everybody invites their followers, especially if they're Impact fans, we would love to get them in the chat, talk some Impact with them. Also, you NXT fans as well. Very nice of Adam Baum not taking the credit and giving it to a Red Sox fan. I know he mentioned about them signing someone, but I wasn't sure if that's who he was talking about. Red Sox fan, even though he hates on me throughout the show, he's really good at not giving out spoilers just to be an asshole. So we do appreciate that. So he does kind of hold back on that. But yeah, I did not know that. That's really good information. We probably were going to touch on that on Saturday. But thank you, Adam Baum, Red Sox fan. Yeah, the UK tourney guys are announced too. Yes, I did see that, and we will be touching on that as well on Saturday night show coming up. Travis Banks. Yeah, I saw Alex talking to Red Sox fan about him. Lacey Evans gets the win. We'll probably see the rubber match pretty soon, I'm sure. Oh, thank you, Michael Berry, for the super heart, sir. Thank you very much.
I can honestly. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Being pre-show match for Takeover Chicago.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
I could probably see it being the pre-show match for Takeover Chicago.
Right. Yeah. That I could see that. That's very true. That is very true. I hope you make Gold VIP program soon. Thank you, Steven C. I really appreciate that. Very nice of you to say that. Thank you. They showed Johnny Gargano showing up to Full Sail with Candice LeRae. They interviewed him outside, and he says his neck is still not 100%, and he's going to go out to the ring and say what it says. Go out to the ring to say what has to be said. So kind of teasing maybe, retirement, or maybe he has to take some time off, whatever have you. But that was the last segment of NXT, so we'll get to that. Also, we got a backstage segment with Undisputed Era talking about Oni and Danny about how they got the fluke win last week and how they want to challenge the Era for the tag titles. And Strong says that he wants to face Danny Burch next week to prove that last week was a fluke. They also showed Oni and Danny had an interview after the match last week and said that they will take the tag titles away from Undisputed Era. Now, I'm looking forward to this match if it actually does happen at NXT TakeOver. I don't see them dropping the tag titles. I do think it'll be a hell of a match. Your thoughts of this current feud between the Era and Danny and Oni?
Oh, I'm all for it, man. I think it's been long overdue for Oni Lorcan to get some takeover spotlight. I think him and Burch have been killing it, and I'm happy that they're getting more TV time. I think these two work so well in the tag division, and throw in Kyle O'Reilly and Roddy Strong, and I think the way Takeover Chicago with this, if that happens, this Dream, Ricochet, the Gargano Ciampa match we're probably going to get, and whatever Aleister Black's doing. We got another stacked Takeover, guys. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, speaking of Aleister Black, he hasn't been on the show, I believe, in the last, 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. He will be at NXT next Wednesday, and I guess we'll finally figure out who he may face at NXT TakeOver, or maybe just get his thoughts on who he thinks he or who wants to face possibly. So that should be interesting. Go ahead.
I wonder what happened. I read maybe up to last month's NXT tapings. I'm keeping this month spoiler free. I wonder what Adam Cole's going to be doing at Chicago. I don't know. I just haven't seen anything from him.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm wondering what Adam Cole, EC3. And speaking of EC3, they showed a little video package for EC3 last night. This man, how he does not have an NX3 T-shirt out is highly disappointing. How they not have an NX3 shirt yet blows my mind. The EC3 vignette was nice. I like how they showed him by the pool. he does have WWE main roster all over him. I don't know how he's going to particularly fit on the NXT roster, but that's what we're here for. To sit back and check out what's going to happen with him. Enjoy the ride. Do you think he'll have a match at TakeOver?
Probably. Usually TakeOver Chicago, they do. Well, yeah, you have Gargano, Ciampa, probably, but they usually do a non-title match. So I could see him being like the opener. I do think that EC3. I know he just got here, but I feel like EC3, given like you said his style, I feel like he would just go right into the main title picture. I don't really see him as a North American title guy. Definitely not a tag team guy. So yeah, I'm sure he'll be coming for that title later this year.
Yeah, he to me he reeks of world title in NXT, and that's just not being an EC3 fan. That's just me being honest. Like, I mean, come on now. Leo Rush, another guy missing from TV weeks upon weeks. Yeah, what's the deal with Leo Rush? Any news on him?
So
Other
Leo
than him having a rap CD coming out or something like that?
So if you guys go on the NXT Twitter page, he's been getting his promos have been getting retweeted during the house shows. He basically has this small guy, big guy duo with Babatunde. I don't know if you remember him from the Greatest Royal Rumble. So that's going to be that's I guess his new thing right now. And yeah, I think we'll see. I think we'll be seeing more of Leo Rush after Chicago ends. So as long as he keeps it easy on the tweeting, I think he will we'll see him on TV again.
I don't know, Budweiser. I don't know. Yeah, so yeah, there you go. There's a little bit of tidbit on Leo Rush. So,
but I do think
Leo Rush was on TV was him getting killed by Lars. Wow, that's very true. Very true.
But I do think EC3 probably has a year at the most on NXT. I could just see Vince looking at the video and just basically dropping his pants. So I think he's gonna, look at, like you said, EC3 looks like a superstar. So I don't think he'll be that long for the NXT roster.
Man, that was one thing about I didn't mention about the Undisputed Era promo was when Kyle O'Reilly called him Peter Dune. That shit made me laugh, dude. That made me laugh, dude. I mean, dude, this guy is he's silly, but he's funny. He makes me laugh.
I'm telling you, you guys haven't seen anything from Kyle O'Reilly yet. When they finally give him the spotlight again, like to actually like show what he can do, you're gonna have a lot of fun.
That's what makes me think like eventually when Fish comes back, I don't want them to eventually break up, but I feel like it's going to probably have to happen. I feel like it's going to be O'Reilly that gets the one that gets taken out. And I hope it is. I hope they build him to be the next star.
Yeah.
Hopefully. We'll see. So we got the main event match last night, which was Lars Sullivan taking on Ricochet and Velveteen Dream in a handicap match. And hey, I gotta say, Velveteen and Ricochet worked pretty damn well as a tag team together. I know they have some indie, indie tag team stuff together, so they are familiar with each other in a tag team, match. But they did well, which we then eventually saw. What I think we all thought we were going to see. Oh, thank you for the Super Hearts. Appreciate that. Velveteen Dream doing the old betrayal and doing the Death Valley Driver onto Ricochet and leaving Ricochet by himself hurt in the ring, which then led to Lars Sullivan doing the freak accident on Ricochet and getting the win. So we're definitely going to probably see Ricochet and Velveteen Dream at TakeOver because they've been kind of teasing it, and we almost had the match last week, which then led to Lars Sullivan interfering, which then led to this match. Your thoughts of the main event of NXT last night? Well, in the main event match, I should say.
Where are you talking about?
I'm sorry?
You're talking about the handicap, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Very entertaining. Definitely Dream and Ricochet play off each other to work to take down Lars. I was expecting shenanigans, of course, but I kind of got just like caught in the match itself, so because it was so entertaining, and then when it happened, and I said in the chat earlier today, I'm kind of growing a little tired of, and I'll give Red Sox his due. I'm growing tired of Ciampa and Gargano, so I'm ready for Dream and Ricochet to be the feud of the summer in NXT. Man, I think these two have great chemistry, clearly based on that tease we saw last week. Them as a tag team, and I think we can see a great series of matches between these two.
Yeah, they got unbelievable chemistry, and the crazy thing was I was watching the match, and I remember y'all telling me that Dream is only 21 years old, and it's just unbelievable to think that he's that young and is already putting on some pretty damn good matches. And the sky's the limit for Velveteen. I'm scared to see what happens to him if he finally makes the main roster. But I mean, I'm telling you, Velveteen Dream, I wouldn't care if he stayed on NXT forever. I think he's used absolutely perfect on that show. So yes, Lars gets the win. I'm not sure what this does for the number one contender or anything like that, because it seemed like these three guys were in the mix for a title shot. So I guess we'll have to figure that out next week on NXT. So let's get to the ending of NXT. But before that, they announced next week we will finally get the women's title match between Dakota Kai and Shayna Baszler. Dakota Kai had an interview backstage about facing Shayna Baszler next week for the women's title. Kai says this week has been insane, and Shayna has been the biggest bully she's ever seen, which then led to Baszler interrupting Dakota Kai. Says her fairy tale won't come true next week. She says also that she stands no chance, and Dakota Kai with the simple, "We'll see about that," and leaves. So they're playing off with Dakota Kai is scared as hell of Shayna Baszler. I'm starting to feel Shayna Baszler, man. I know she's still kind of green in certain areas, but I don't mind her as an NXT champion. She legitimately looks like a badass as a champ.
I agree. Let's be honest. So am I echoing?
You're kind of breaking up a little bit.
How do I sound right now?
Good.
Yeah, I was never one of those who ever thought Dakota Kai was going to face Shayna at Chicago. She's nowhere near established to do it. So obviously Baszler's going to destroy her next week. But like you said, Baszler plays that really good heel champion in the division. And when Dakota Kai gets her, her moment of offensive flurry, standing up to the bully, the Full Sail is going to be fully behind her. So it helps, build up Dakota Kai, and yeah. So we'll see. I mean, obviously, based on those little the last two segments with Nikki Cross involved with Dakota, I'm sure that's going to segue into that next week. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I like Shayna. I don't mind her as much as I do.
Lacey Evans gets a shot at TakeOver Chicago, probably. Oh, you think so, Budweiser? Okay, all right, we'll see about that. My guess would be Nikki Cross.
Nikki.
But we'll see what happens there. But speaking of Dakota Kai, real quick, before we move on to Gargano, Candice LeRae, and Ciampa, am I missing something with Dakota Kai? Because I've seen her live, and I've seen a couple of her matches. I've seen her live twice. Saw a couple of her matches on NXT. I don't see the hype around Dakota Kai. Am I missing something, or is she not getting portrayed the right way on NXT?
She's not bad. I mean, she was pretty good on the independent scene in Stardom. She wasn't like anything groundbreaking, but I think she's one of those that you definitely need to build her up for a while before you can really get behind her. She still needs some development, in my opinion. I like her finisher, the Canadian Destroyer backbreaker or whatever.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something because I just didn't see the hype around her. Sure, the match will be good next week with Baszler and Dakota Kai, but yeah, Dakota Kai stands no chance.
Yeah, she's not ready for a takeover match. So no. I'm doing this now.
Yes, I agree with you. So Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae make their way to the ring. Gargano says the last time he was here, he left on a stretcher. Johnny says his body remembers being thrown off the stage and crashing through a table. Johnny says he talked to Candace and said he needs to start thinking about his and their future. Johnny asks if it's worth it. The fans, of course, say yes or chanted yes. Johnny says the toll that him and his wife have taken is worth it. Johnny calls out Ciampa as he rips off the neck brace. Ciampa comes out and says he will finish this, makes his way to the ring, but referees restrain Johnny. I did like how Candice LeRae did run out of the ring and go get the referees. I did like that little touch where she went to go get help. Candice tries to hold him back. Johnny starts to walk up the ring apron, does that little fake out where they make it seem like he's going to go back to the backstage area, but he runs to the ring, jumps on the apron. Ciampa knocks Johnny off and lands right onto Candice outside of the ring, knocking her out, leading to the end of NXT. I did like the segment. I am getting kind of tired of the Gargano and Ciampa storyline. I'm not lying about that. I did like it was a unique finish, but I don't know how much longer you can have these two guys go at it the same way I feel about the Callahan and Edwards feud.
Oh, God.
So your thoughts of the ending of NXT and the Gargano and Ciampa saga?
Yeah, I'll give Red Sox his due. He had the same thoughts I'm having now. I'm getting tired of it. I love Ciampa. Don't get me wrong. I love what he's doing as a heel, but at the same time, I like the segment, but I hated how it ended personally. Like,
oh, okay.
If it was like a valet woman getting that spot, I could see why building that. But Candice LeRae is a wrestler. Like, she does spot, like, she's been in spot, even forget what you know outside of NXT. Even in NXT, like, she's taken bigger bumps than that. You're supposed to expect me to believe that, oh, this really did it. This is the fire that we need for this feud. Not really. I just hope that whatever match that they have in Chicago, it's just something completely different. Like, I mean, that's what, like, with an unsanctioned match. What are they gonna do? You can't do a no DQ. You can't do a street fight because they're pretty much the same shit, right? Like, so I don't know. Maybe an I Quit match.
I Quit. I mean, we're about to see a last man standing, so I mean, you really technically can't do another last man standing cage match. I don't know how
the thing is, though, you need Ciampa to win this one because, like, you had him do all this shit over the year. I get that, and then you had Gargano get his big win at New Orleans. But what's the point if Ciampa's just going to lose again? Like, you can be as badass a heel on Twitter all you want, but if you just keep losing, like, you kind of lose a lot. You lose a lot of steam, you know?
Yeah, but see, the thing is, too, we're all kind of getting kind of worn out of the feud. But if he does win again, we're going to have to see this feud again, this match again, eventually.
Yeah, no, that is a good point. I just don't think if Ciampa should lose again.
Okay, all right. So everybody, get your NXT rating fingers together. Alex, your ratings for for NXT this week.
I'll give it a 3.5. It was an enjoyable hour for sure.
Okay, 3.5. I'm gonna give it a solid. I was entertained throughout the show. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 4. I thought the show was pretty good. Pretty solid NXT last night.
Way higher than our Monday and Tuesday ratings.
Yes, definitely. Hey, Bliss, what's up, everybody? Again, I guess this is Get the Tables podcast. I think this is episode 4 of our Impact and NXT post show. So I definitely thank everybody for joining us. Thank you for joining us on Tuesday night again, for showing us that awesome support, giving us over 2,000 viewers. Thank you, Michael Berry, for the Super Hearts tonight, man. You're being very, very generous, and I appreciate that. Thank you guys for sharing and inviting your followers tonight. Very much appreciate it, especially if they're Impact fans and they want to talk about Impact's episode tonight and the Under Pressure show next week. Invite them. Have them come in here. Let's chit-chat some Impact Wrestling. Speaking of Impact Wrestling, let's jump right into Impact. We do have the Under Pressure show next week on Thursday night. I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to do this because they have some pretty huge matches on this show. They have Blanchard versus Madison Rayne, Aries versus Pentagon. You have the women's title match between Su Yung and Allie. It's only a 2-hour show, so these matches aren't going to be really long, but it's a pretty stacked card going into next week. Tonight we had OVE versus Aerostar and Drago. OVE get the win because of Mr. Eddie Edwards. He comes down to the ring with a kendo stick and just starts wreaking havoc, beating up everybody. Callahan runs into the ring and Edwards levels him with the kendo stick. Edwards chokes Callahan out with the kendo stick to the point that Callahan's eyes roll to the back of his head. Security eventually pulls Edwards off Callahan. Edward lays out all the referees and security with the kendo stick. And Eddie is starting to go crazy. Hey, what's up, Dr. Huge? Hey, appreciate it. Hey, props to Dr. Huge. If anybody didn't watch Dr. Huge, had Congo Kong on his show today. So props to Dr. Huge for having him on the show. So yeah, your thoughts of the opening match and then the Callahan beatdown on OVE and Sami Callahan. Thank you for the hearts, man. Appreciate that.
Nothing really match itself. Like I said, OVE is really not doing it for me. I don't know if I'm missing something, but and I saw the barbed wire massacre whatever match. It still didn't do anything for me. I like their theme song. I like the interceptor cutter, but outside of that, I don't really care. They scream mediocrity just like their leader. And wow. You know how I feel about Sami and Eddie Edwards. I really don't care for this anymore. The storyline's compelling, but these guys have underperformed for me in terms of the matches ever since they started this feud. And I mean, what else is left for them to do? We talk about Gargano and Ciampa dragging on, but this, I commend them for taking advantage of a real life botch, but the follow up isn't doing anything for me. And I still can't buy into Eddie Edwards for the life of me.
Yeah, the thing is, what else is there for them to do? There's this feud. I get it. Eddie Edwards is pissed because he almost lost his eye to the point to where, you know, Callahan's just messing with his mind and, you know, doing what he's doing his wife, whatever. You know, I get it. But how much longer can you go with this feud? Now Eddie Edwards says that he wants to face him in the woods. No rings, no ropes, nothing. Just, you know, fight him in the woods. I'm not really too understanding on that. I just want this feud to be over with. I want Eddie Edwards to move on, Callahan to move on to whatever they have with him in store. I'm not a big Sami Callahan guy, and I'm not a big OVE guy either. I don't know, like you said, if we're missing something. But since they've debuted, all I've heard about OVE is that they're just top 10 tag team and that they're this and that and they're that great. And I saw them live. I wasn't impressed. And I've seen them the last couple of months. I haven't been impressed. There's like, I don't understand the hype about them. I find that LAX is way better than them, in my opinion. I just don't. I don't know. Is it maybe it is something that we're missing? Maybe some people can inform us on what maybe we are missing. But yeah, the Callahan and Edwards feud goes on. I'm not sure if this leads on to something else, to maybe at Slammiversary. Slammiversary is not for quite some time, so I don't know. Maybe we get them on one of these little special shows that they have been running, like, you know, next week, like Under Pressure. So we got to see about that. Speaking of tag teams at LAX, they had a match between Cult of Lee, my boys of Trevor Lee and what's his face? Conley. Can't think of his first name. Caleb Conley. And a tag match at LAX, and right now the storyline is going, hey, what's up, Babaruski? Is that LAX is on a little bit of a losing streak since that Conan had been jumped and been abducted, kind of. I thought we were going to see the King revealed tonight, but we did not. They did mention him quite a bit tonight. The Cult of Lee get the win over LAX, continuing the losing streak of LAX. Your thoughts of the Cult of Lee and LAX tag team match? And it seems like maybe Cult of Lee might be getting a little bit of a tag team push, hopefully. Your thoughts?
It was It was a fun match. Like I said, I've only been watching Impact again for maybe a month now, but LAX has easily become one of my favorite tag teams to watch in wrestling. Period. I think Santana's so damn good in that ring, especially with his offense, his offensive flurries. And yeah, I'm curious to see where the losing streak goes, and obviously we'll talk about later with the return of a certain someone that I remember from Ring of Honor, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and Dreo did say that King was revealed tonight. It was that. I guess that's who showed up.
Oh, you're talking about Eddie Kingston, I guess.
Yeah. Yes. So okay. All right.
I like Trevor Lee, man. So I'm sure I know you're happy to hear that. So yeah, I think I'm all for more matches with Z and E. God, what are their tag team names?
Who? What are you talking about?
Z and Everett. Z and E, right?
Z and E. Yes, correct.
Yeah,
Z and E.
I think that'll be a fun match, and yeah.
Hey, Michael Berry, welcome back, my friend. Yeah, Cult of Lee and Z and E would be a really good match. I think that would be a very entertaining match. Kingston's last run sucked. I heard Kingston's last run sucked, but I'm interested to see him back. Go ahead.
Now, how much? So I don't really know much about LAX apart from when they were originally around. But with the way this is going, could you see LAX splitting, like Tito and Ortiz and Santana splitting up, or you think they're going to stay as a tag team for a while, like in the future of Impact?
I'm not sure. Who did they mention also? They mentioned Homicide.
You got Homicide, Eddie Kingston.
So, now, what happened with Homicide? Because we're starting to get more back into this Impact mix. What exactly happened to Homicide? Did he get released by Impact? Is that the thing? Because I know Santana is the new one, right? Correct?
Yeah.
So he's gone. But that's interesting that they mentioned him, even though he's still gone. And they didn't mention Hernandez, an original member of LAX. But yeah, maybe. I don't know. Kingston being back kind of makes things a little bit more interesting. Maybe he's trying to take Conan's spot as the leader of LAX. I don't know.
Are you liking LAX as a face team right now? Because
no. I don't like them as a face team.
Yeah, because I can imagine they probably kill it as heels. I only saw them when they started getting cheers.
Yeah, I like them better as a heel tag team. I feel like they shine a lot more as a heel tag team. But I still thought the match tonight was still pretty good.
Yep.
We had a backstage segment with Jimmy Jacobs. Says he's a good guy. Grotto accused him of attacking Joseph Park last week. They just had to defend themselves. Moose got in the way of them teaching Grotto a lesson. Tonight, Jacobs wants to see Congo Kong break Moose into pieces. Why? Because Jacobs is a princess, and he always gets what he wants. Interesting. Do you even want to talk about the Fallah Bahh and KM backstage segment with Grotto?
No, I mean, I still don't get it. I mean, I get what they're trying to do, but I don't care. Is more accurate. Is Fallah anything interesting to look out for? Is he like their Yokozuna that I'm missing?
I don't know what the deal with him is. What the deal is with that dude. I'm not feeling him. Fallah Bahh. Jacob is all in, isn't he? I'm not really sure what the deal is with Fallah Bahh. How did Jimmy ever fit in that creative WWE team? Stands out like a sore thumb. He's over. That's it. No, it ends fucked up. Oh. It ends fucked up. That's not what I want to hear. Jacob Hill run with Owens Carino. Oh, that would have been nice.
Yeah. Personally, I don't really like the Jimmy Jacobs Congo Kong duo. I think Jacobs is extremely talented. I think I've talked about it so many times how much I loved Age of the Fall, and I think he could be used so much better in Impact.
Adam Baum says Fallah is their perfect example of how to use comedy and wrestling.
I got Grado for that.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, Barry Sr. greater than Russo. That's funny. Oh, and speaking of Vince Russo, Brish Pritchard What this is something. What is it called? Something to wrestle with, right? Correct.
Yeah.
Did a Vince Russo episode this week on the WWE Network. Quite the show. Very, very entertaining. I'm very interested in what the bro thought of it. And I'm sure he had some words on his podcast. But anyways, we had a backstage segment with Madison Rayne. Says she didn't come back to be an in-ring competitor. Rayne is just supposed to call the matches. Rayne can't sit back and watch bullies. Tessa Blanchard walks in and tells Rayne to stay out of her way and go back to being a stay-at-home mom. So I like that little segment. So next week we get Blanchard and Rayne, a match I'm particularly excited for. I'm excited to see Blanchard, but Madison Rayne doesn't do nothing for me. We had a backstage segment with Scott Steiner and Eli Drake interrupting the new tag team champions. Seems like Steiner is more interested in a rematch, but it looks like Drake is interested in other things, which then led to Steiner and Drake having a bit of an argument. So it looks like they are on some tough times right now. Any thoughts on that?
Whatever gets Scott Steiner off my TV.
Wow. Well, there goes Scott Steiner ever becoming on the show. So
good. We'll give you Brian Cage instead.
Yeah. What's up, Dre? Welcome back, dude. So let's get to the X Division title match, which was Matt Sydal taking on Phantasma, Choco Latte. I don't know, man. This match to me just wasn't clicking. I don't know. It just didn't seem like they were clicking in the ring. Kind of, I don't know if there were some botches, but just some poor move sets. This didn't seem like Sydal was really into the match. It was kind of weird. Maybe it was just me, but what's his name? Sydal gets the win, and we found out tonight that next week Brian Cage returns to Impact, and he will face Desmond Xavier, and the winner of that will go on to face the X Division champion, Matt Sydal. So let's get to your thoughts on that of possibly Brian Cage and Matt Sydal, and why are they putting him up against these small opponents, and also your thoughts of the X Division title match.
Yeah, in terms of the X Division match, I agree with you. I was expecting big things from these two, but it just felt like something was missing. They just weren't clicking together. I don't know if there were just too many shenanigans outside or anything like that. But match ended, and I was just left saying, okay. I mean, it wasn't bad. It's just given the talent that these two have, I was expecting more. And I don't know, guys. I don't really care for Matt Sydal's third eye gimmick. I think he's very talented in the ring, but yeah. So nothing else really to say. I don't know. I agree. I don't know why they're putting Brian Cage against the X Division guys. Maybe to just highlight that Brian Cage is another big guy that can move like an X Division, I guess. But I posted a GIF. I mean, it's literally just gonna be like a bus hitting someone, and hope Desmond gets somewhat of a showing next week. But yeah, nothing else really.
This is stupid, Cage. Stop it with Wrestling 205, guys, says the bizarre one. Yeah, I don't understand. Are we supposed to think that because Desmond Xavier had a match with Petey Williams, it was a really good – I thought it was a really good match.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry?
No, I was just saying I like that match more than this one.
I'm reserving the right to laugh when he loses the X Division championship match. Okay, we'll see about that. Now – are we supposed to believe that he's going to lose that match when he is that huge? They're making him this big, undefeated superstar. He's facing Desmond Xavier next week. Desmond Xavier stands no damn chance. I think the selling by Xavier will be fantastic. But Brian Cage against these little guys does nothing for me.
Do you think it's just they're just using it as a time killer until I guess Austin Aries and Pentagon finish their program? Because he has to be going for the heavyweight title, the way that they're building him.
Yeah, you would think. I'm just surprised that the way they're building Cage. I'm surprised they're having him go after the X Division title. That's my thought. I'm thinking Slammiversary. Why not have Cage versus Pentagon, or whoever's the champion at that time? That's what I'm surprised at. But they're gonna have him go up against probably Seidel for the championship at Slammiversary, which I'm kind of shocked to see. But it is what it is. We'll get that match next week with Brian Cage and Desmond Xavier, and I'm looking forward to it because I think it's going to be probably a little bit more of an entertaining match than we think it'll be, but it'll still be Cage on top.
Yeah.
We touched a bit on Xavier and Petey Williams, but let's get to the interesting video package where they show Allie backstage, kind of in a dark segment. They're showing Allie looking at the mirror, kind of in Rosemary attire, kind of showing flashbacks of what Su Yung did to Rosemary during their little burial. It's not, but there's going to be a few built up that will either draw your fire or you'll like, okay, all right. Next week on GTT will be Desmond's funeral live on here. It ended up saying, "Don't let the darkness consume you." Basically, Rosemary writing that to Allie, and Allie wearing Rosemary's makeup. So I like the way that they're building this. I thought it was a very interesting backstage segment. Your thoughts of this little backstage segment we saw with Allie?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm always for creepy, dark segments. So I liked how it was done. I liked how it was shot. I guess Allie's losing her shit. So I mean, it gives her something new, gives her something different than I guess whatever I've been watching of her the last few weeks. So I'm all for it. I think I'm hoping that we get a better match next week between these two than their one, I think 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, because I didn't really like that match. So hopefully there's something different next week. I hope we get to see the Undead Bridesmaids again. And yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying, could we see Allie kind of joining Su Yung or something like that? I mean, I would love that.
No lie, it's how I'd react if someone did what Su Yung did to Rosemary to my best friend. Yeah, I liked the segment. The segment was nice. Now, Allie still, like a Red Sox fan, I did not care for the Su Yung stuff that much last week. But I will admit when Impact does something good, and I liked how they had her kind of dig deep to her dark side because that's the only way she can beat Su Yung. She can't be her prep or, happy-go-lucky Allie. She has to turn into this evil side of Allie, which makes sense. I'm not too high on Allie yet, but let's see how the match goes next week. Your early predictions. Who wins, Allie or Young?
Oh, so you take this, and I think she's gonna have a big segment after with the bridesmaids and Allie. I think Allie might turn heel or something like that, or join with Su Yung, especially with Rosemary like injured.
Allie is better than LeRae. She might be, but the matches that I've seen from Allie just haven't entertained me. That's all. Also, it's a last rites match now. Exactly, it's a last rites match now, which means it's a casket match. So, very interesting. An interesting name for a casket match. But it should be a good match, hopefully. The first match, like you said, really wasn't that great, but let's see how this match goes next week.
Or what if and back as cherry bomb? That's what everyone wants.
Yeah, I know Allie's not supposed to be good. I understand that. And that's, I guess, what I don't really care for. I get a Red Sox fan. She's not supposed to be good. But she doesn't do anything for me. I don't know. No, it's not a WWE mine. No. I like the segment tonight, so maybe she'll start, I'll start cheering for her. I don't know. We'll see. But let's get to the main event of Impact, which was Congo Kong versus Moose. And at first, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't very too happy for this main event because I was like, how the hell are you not going to have the X Division title be the main event tonight? But hey, why not? Let's have these two guys be at it. The big storyline was that Jimmy Jacobs was not at ringside with Congo Kong. But we still saw, I thought it was, which was a solid main event. It was better than I thought it was going to be. For being, if they're not lying about his weight, and I didn't see the full interview with Dr. Hughes, I'm not sure if he brought this up. For him being over 400 pounds and him to be able to go like that in the ring, jump off the ropes, do a little tumble into the stairs on Moose, the type of stuff he did in the match, it's highly impressive. I mean, I'm not going to lie. What he does in the ring to be that size is very impressive. Other than that, Moose gets the win. Not sure what they do with Moose now, but after the match was the huge story was Jacobs laid out with another X on top of him. So that kind of eliminates Jimmy Jacobs for being a part of this whole theory that he was behind these attackings. Your thoughts of the main event and the red X left on Jimmy Jacobs?
It's going to be it was me.
It was Vince McMahon.
It was me. Callis was all along. Yeah, I agree completely with what you said. I wasn't really that excited for the matchup, but yeah, I think Kong looked really good out here. He definitely impressed me a lot because I haven't really seen much of him. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what Moose really does from here. Maybe he's the next target for the beatdowns, or he's gonna prod it and stuff. But yeah, it was an entertaining match. I wasn't bored from it at all, and I'm definitely more curious to see what the hell is going on. But I don't know, maybe because I've been like,
let us know, Adabah.
When you get all these buildups and then the big reveal, most of them tend to kind of be duds. So I'm staying hopeful that this one isn't the case. Any ideas, since you guys know Impact more, who this could possibly be?
I have no idea who this could be. No idea. My guess is that we don't find out until Slammiversary. I bet $20 it's a former WWE guy or guys. I have no idea. They're doing a really good job of keeping it cool. And hey, how about your boy Callis doing another mega shout out tonight?
Oh man, he's plugging in New Japan. He's plugging in Omega. He even dropped the Jericho line. So, yeah, he's still, when he's back, he's trying to reach New Japan as much as possible.
It comes from a famous family. It's not Cody Rhodes. No way.
There's more than one wrestling family, Tony. So we'll see.
They even talked about All In. Yeah, I mean they were. Yeah, I wonder who. That's a good little hint there, Red Sox fan. It comes from a famous wrestling family. Interesting. Very interesting. Is it Ric Flair? So, yeah. So next week we have Under Pressure. We already have a couple of matches already booked on the card. We got Aries and Pentagon for the world title, Blanchard and Madison Rayne, Su Yung and Ali for the women's title, and Cage taking on Xavier. I want to keep wanting to say Xavier Woods. Desmond Xavier for a shot to go on to face Matt Sydal for the X Division title. So next week's Impact definitely looks like a must-see Impact wrestling episode. Like I told you earlier, I'm curious to see how they time this this show. Well, what would be better than hiring a former soldier to take out certain people? Who's he talking about, Alex? Who's he hinting at?
No, I'm getting some ideas though. Thank you guys. You're tempting me to type in the tapings.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Y'all make. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all do make these shows fun, especially because you guys kind of know the spoilers or kind of some of it have read up on them. So you guys dropping these hints makes these shows much more entertaining. So I appreciate that. He's back for revenge.
It's Alberto Del Rio.
Okay, here we go. Quick yes or no, guys. Is it a former TNA wrestler? Yes or no? Don't give me who it is. That's all I want to know. Is it a former TNA wrestler? It wasn't revealed at the tapings. I'm actually going off what was on Twitter. Okay. Oh, when they were TNA, I should say. Was he part of the TNA company? Who could it be? Interesting. Ooh, yeah, who?
Well, I mean, meanwhile, you want to just
Jarrett? Is it Jeff Jarrett? It's Jeff Jarrett, isn't it?
ER.
It's effing Russo, ain't it? Yep. Terry effing Houston has joined. How are you doing tonight? Anyone see Del Rio is now a U.S. citizen? Yeah, he got his citizenship here in San Antonio, actually.
How fun for you.
Yeah, so Alex, last week Dave gave Impact a 5. I gave it a 3.5. The week before that, Dave also gave Impact a 5, and I gave it a 3.5. So back-to-back 3.5 weeks for me. I'm going to give this episode another 3.5. I thought this was a solid show. Didn't care for the X Division title match. I was very hyped about it. Didn't really care for it too much. But other than that, I thought it was a solid show leading up to Under Pressure next week. Alex, what do you think?
Yeah, I'll give it a 3.5. Like I said, it would have gone higher if the X Division title match was better. But yeah, it was still enjoyable, and it definitely gets. I am definitely very excited for next week's show. So do you want to? We finished pretty early. Do you want to just give some quick predictions on that?
Yeah, let's go through that. So we have Aries Pentagon for the world title. Like I said, Matt Blanchard versus Rain, Young and Ali, and then Cage versus Xavier. They haven't announced any tag title matches yet, so I'm guessing that they're probably just going to keep probably a 4-person card is my guess. Aries and Pentagon. Who do you got? Do you have Pentagon retaining the title, or do you have Aries becoming the new Impact champion?
I have Pentagon. I don't know his deal with Lucha, the extent of his deal with the Impact, but I just think it's too early for him to lose it.
Don't know how it is. Nobody knows yet. The spoilers haven't said it yet. Oh, okay. So you have I also have Pentagon retaining. I don't know his whole contract thing either, but I know he's signed up to June, so I don't think he's going anywhere. And I don't see they've been riding the ship with Pentagon for a couple of weeks now. I don't see them changing anytime soon. I think the Blanchard Rain match is pretty obvious. I think Blanchard, it's a showcase match. I think she gets the win. I think you probably would agree with that.
Yep.
Su Yung and Ali. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think Su Yung takes this.
I agree with you, and I think Ali joins her at the end.
Yeah, I hope so. It'll give me something to invest in Ali for.
I see, maybe kind of possesses her, maybe in a type of a way. I don't know.
I'll take it.
Who may be coming? I don't know. I was about to ask Alex that. And then the big unpredictable match. Your favorite, Brian Cage, taking on Desmond Xavier.
It's not who will win. It's just when is this going to be a 5-minute match or a 10-minute match?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or a competitive match at that. So, yeah, I think next week is going to be a pretty solid show. We got Under Pressure next week. We got an pretty good NXT taping. We got the return of Aleister Black coming back on NXT. So it's been an interesting wrestling week, that's for sure. We started off with a pretty shitty Raw, went to a pretty solid SmackDown Live, and cherry on top was Impact and NXT. Next week, we got Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan.
I know.
We're in for a treat, and he's next week is definitely a treat for wrestling fans if you're a WWE and Impact wrestling fan. Is there any New Japan stuff this week as well? Is the tournament still going on this week?
Yeah, the tournament's going to be going on up until next week, to June 4th. So it'll be a lot of fun. We got some great matches again for CML fans. We got Dragon Lee versus Takahashi, so that'll be a lot of fun. And yeah, there's been some great shit going on this week in terms of that side of the world.
Okay. Adam Baum says he thinks that Desmond Xavier and Brian Cage is going to steal the show next week. So, okay, all right.
I mean, I got doing that.
Oh, Red Sox fan says WWE reportedly struggling to sell tickets in Chicago.
Yeah, we'll talk about it Saturday, but Takeover's struggling right now.
I'm surprised Takeover's struggling. I can kind of understand maybe Money in the Bank, but Takeover is a for sure good show in my eyes. Maybe I don't know. We'll talk, like we said, we'll talk more of it on Saturday night. Saturday night is going to be shooting the shit. Like I said, Dave unfortunately will not be with us, so it might be another two-man booth again. But Dave will be returning most likely to the show next week. We do appreciate all the positive comments and replies towards the bizarre one. We do appreciate that. On Saturday night show, we'll be touching on everything wrestling news related. What's up, WWE gifts and stuff? How you doing tonight, man?
What's up, man?
Saturday night, we'll be touching on everything Impact. Again, if you guys want to touch about Impact, WWE, the rumors, All In. We'll touch on, of course, New Japan Pro Wrestling with Alex. We'll have a lot of stuff to talk about on Saturday night. I'm not surprised. I hate to say it, but it feels like NXT is becoming predictable. Ooh. Oh, man. Okay. All right. Adam Baum, I hope you join us on Saturday so we can get some more of these hot takes with you. Dominion is coming soon. It is. You should call Saturday show. You know what really grinds my gears.
Yeah, Tony, are we getting another? You think this Saturday will be another rant?
I don't know. I don't really have too much to rant about, but I mean, I can probably think of something that WWE's pissed me off about, and I'll definitely be ranting about something.
What do we got top 5 list for Saturday?
The top 5 list is actually going to be a top 10 list.
Gotcha.
And that is the top 10 people that we think are going to be fired, and then the top 10 people that we want to be fired. We might have to put the want to probably 5 because that's a lot of people.
Right.
But on the think list, I think we can all think of 10 people off the top of our heads that can possibly be released from the WWE at any minute now. And that's talking about tag teams and also women's wrestlers as well. Yes, Budweiser. Thank you guys again for the over 800 viewers tonight. Definitely makes up for the last week's shitty show. I think our show just wasn't clicking last week. Not only with Kelsey being live, but I just don't think we were just clicking well, Dave and I. I don't know. It just wasn't clicking between us and like our last Impact shows. And plus Impact was kind of a bleh. So was NXT. So, I mean, this week we got better shows, and I think that's why we got a better viewership. And also Periscope's not screwing us. And also you guys inviting y'all's followers and sharing the show brought a lot of people in as well. So we appreciate all you guys contributing. Also, 2 things. We're almost at 800 followers on Periscope, and that means giveaways. So once we hit over 800 followers on Periscope, we will be doing another giveaway. And also on the YouTube, at Get the Tables podcast on YouTube, if you haven't already gone and followed on there, we're at 43 subscribers. 43.
We're getting there.
7 more subscribers, everybody, and we will hit the 50 subscriber button. And that means another giveaway. So hopefully you guys will go over on YouTube. It's a quick go to youtube.com, Get the Tables podcast, hit that subscribe button, and it'll get us closer to those 50 subscribers.
What's that asking about Bobby Lashley?
I'm not sure. He was talking about I don't even want to talk about goddamn Bobby Lashley that we saw Monday night.
So was Bobby Lashley, I guess talking about this is Impact. So is Bobby Lashley kind of built like how Brian Cage is being built right now?
In a sense, but Lashley actually put on matches with everybody on the roster, not just
Okay.
205 Live cruiserweights. You know what I mean? He had a better run against bigger guys, but yeah, they're making Cage into this unstoppable force. Bobby Lashley, I don't know. I don't think you know he loves his sisters. Yeah, he loves his sisters. Cage beat Lashley twice before he left. Yes, that was kind of like that was actually Cage's last big match that he had with the big guy. And then, well, I mean, if you want to count Eli Drake, and then two, also, that was kind of Bobby Lashley handing the torch to Brian Cage. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, Bob Ruski. We'll touch on that on Saturday. So
yeah, we got a lot of stuff to cover Saturday.
Yes, sure. A lot of stuff to talk about. Over 800 viewers tonight. Yep, WWE guests. We talked about that, and we will touch more about it on Saturday night show as well. We'll be back live on Saturday night right here on Periscope and YouTube. So I hope you can hit that follow button so you get the notifications when we go live. Apter's YouTube show is pretty good today. Damn it, I missed it. If you don't know, Brandon Apter's dad, the famous Bill Apter, does YouTube shows weekly on YouTube. Go follow him as well. Tell him to get the tables that sent you. Let's do a quick shout out for everybody who joined us, and thank you everybody who was generous in dropping those super hearts and everybody dropping those regular hearts. Thank you. The goal is to get to 150,000 super hearts. We're getting there. We're getting there. So if you ever have any super hearts and you feel generous and you want to leave a friendly tip, just throw those super hearts and we highly appreciate it. If not, regular hearts are always appreciated. If you're a replay viewer, thank you guys for the replays. YouTube is being clunky now. Now they're changing sub boxes. Really? I mean, what the hell is going on? Periscope now. Hey, a quick little thing. If you guys don't know, theme songs will no longer be played on our show. They've been played on here for almost 2 years. Wrestling-related theme songs always opened up, or sometimes rock songs, as you saw on Tuesday night, have opened up the show. That is no longer going to be happening anymore because Periscope's putting up some kind of copyright program now. So if you play any copyrighted music, you'll be banned or kicked off Periscope, and we're not up to that. We're not going to even try to risk that, especially after all the hard work we've done on this channel. So rest in peace, theme songs being played on this channel. Crazy thing is, I know a lot of people on Periscope use this as a music outlet. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen with all these music-related shows on Periscope.
So Tony, you know what that means, right?
What's that?
You got to create a theme song.
We have to create a theme song. So if anybody is very music creative and knows how to put a song together, and knows the ins and outs and all that stuff, or knows somebody will do it for us, I will pay them. We'll pay them to do the theme song. Let me know. Contact Young Buck's dad. All right, I'll have Alex do that. We'll if anybody knows anybody that will do that, it has to be original music, not copywritten, of course.
We're not looking for anything like a 4-minute song, like literally like 30 seconds a minute, just something catchy, something that's exclusive to Get the Tables.
Just use some auto-tune mumble and you'll be good. Yeah, I mean, I wish I was that creative. Maybe Alex can think of something, or we'll try to think of something.
I'll especially with this the new news.
Yeah, so if anybody knows any uncopyrighted music that we can use or can make up, hit us up on the Twitter, or email us. What kind of theme song you're looking for? A beat or what? A beat will be just fine. I don't expect people to go all out and get the tables into it, but if you can, that would be awesome. If you have a flat fee that you want to charge us, let us know. I have PayPal.
If we could just get Bubba. screaming "Get the tables" somewhere in there. That would be awesome.
Yeah, just hit us up if you're interested in doing it. Just message us if you want to give. My email is getthetable@yahoo.com. GETDA tables at yahoo.com. Hit me up on an email if you want to do it.
Wait, sorry, I can't play my gong.
You can play your gong, but
Yeah.
music is off limits. Gongs are welcome, but other than that, we cannot play any more music. So rest in peace. WWE theme songs being played on our channel. If anybody knows anybody that is interested in doing that or anything like that, hit me up on email, gettetables@yahoo.com, or hit us up on the Twitter at Homie the Clown 24. Or what is yours? King of New Jersey, right? King of New Jersey
90. Yeah.
90.
Shoot me a DM, any of us, and I'm more than glad to put money into this. I definitely think it's a cool idea if we get our own theme song.
Yeah. You can do the theme song like Wayne's World. Wayne's World. Wayne's. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
Whoa. I don't think we need to hire anyone. I think you should sing the theme song.
I can sing it. There you go. It's time to switch to Twitch. Yeah, eventually. I already talked to a guy that is going to help me get all that stuff situated. So we'll get in touch with him during the summertime. We do have a Twitch channel. There's just nothing going on it. If you want to go on Twitch and go to Get the Tables, we're on there. There's nothing there. Or if you want to follow me on Twitch, I'm already on Twitch, but I don't really broadcast much. It's Tony210. The Tony and the O in Tony is a 0 though. So if you want to go follow that, go ahead. I don't really stream too much. Sometimes I might stream some Fortnite. How about that? Or what did Miz call it? Fortnite or some shit like that. What did he call it? He was like so off, man.
Yeah, my best friend is a Fortnite guy. When I heard that, I was dying.
Yeah, I was laughing. Fortnite, something like that. I think
it was Fortnite. I think it was Fortnite. Whatever it is you call it.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. It made me laugh. So, yeah, it is a popular game. It's fun. If you guys haven't noticed, I've been putting up some kills on my my Twitter feed.
Have you fought Thanos?
No, that Thanos mode is already gone.
Oh.
Yeah, but I did have some fun playing Thanos on Fortnite. It was fun. So if anybody ever has Xbox One, hit us up. We can play together sometime. But yeah, Thanos was temporary. Fortunately, I love that.
Warrior Rockets is a 1-point game right now. A minute left.
In the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Rockets are 95. Warriors are 94.
All right, well then I'm gonna sign off so I can watch the end of this game. So,
yes, sir.
Xbox, PS4 rules. Hey, to each his own, my friend. I have both of them actually, but I play Xbox more. So thanks everybody for joining us. We'll see you guys Saturday night. Thank you again all for the hearts and the shares and the super hearts. Saturday night's going to be an awesome show. Thank you for everybody for the over 900 viewers tonight. Y'all are fucking awesome. See you Saturday night, everybody. Thanks again, guys. All right, man. Good show, my friend.
Yeah, man. It was fun.